Defund the media. Get rid of the media. All of these companies gotta go. You are about to embark on a journey of what may be the biggest red pill ever jammed down your throat. I'm really angry. I am really angry. You know why? Because I keep having to see clips from this movie Cuties, and it is not what the media is trying to claim it is. It is not conservative outrage. These people are psychopaths in the media. You see, what they've done is they see people on Twitter saying, hey, this movie is messed up. And they go, silly right-winger, we're going to write defenses of this movie. Guess what? Everyone is calling this out. Avowed Marxists are calling this out. And the top post on Reddit this morning, the number one post, was a video from a YouTuber who said it is worse than you think. I have to censor this video right now. I can't even show you some of these things. And you know, so there's this guy. I'm not super familiar with his YouTube channel, but it's got hundreds of thousands of views. It was the number one post on Reddit. I mean, this is one of the biggest social media sites in the world because everyone is outraged over what this is. He couldn't even show everything. He shows some of the dancing. He shows some of these scenes. There's one scene where the girls touch. This movie is messed up. And what they've done is they've thinly veiled this film. It's like, it's a criticism of the exploitation of children. Right now, here's the big news. Members of Congress demand Netflix is investigated by the Department of Justice for distributing child adult films after outrage over Cuties, which viewers claim sexualizes young girls and encourages pedophilia. This video might get deranked, demonetized, stripped, and all that stuff. I have to censor some of these images. Let this be the easiest way to explain to you the problems with this movie. I cannot show on YouTube some of the things they do in this movie with these little girls. I cannot show it. I have to remove some. I can't show certain articles. I can't show some of these clips. That should make you realize something. Whenever you publish a video to YouTube, it asks you about things you've got in the video. And it specifically asks you about certain activities that adults might perform. Yep, I would have to flag this, so I can't show it. Yet Netflix would have children do this and then tell you it's fine. Early on, and most of you probably know this, there was a huge wave of criticism over the poster, which had these little girls in sexualized poses. And Netflix apologized, saying that was a marketing mistake. Except the scene in question from the poster is in the movie, a 3-minute scene where the little girls actually touch themselves. I can't believe I'm even saying these things. There's other scenes where they take pictures of themselves, their private parts. This is nuts. But I'll tell you what I'm really mad about. We'll talk about these members of Congress, a lot of these criticisms. Even Tulsi Gabbard's come out against this. It's the media and the left's knee-jerk reaction to claim anything the right argues against or highlights must be wrong. Vox.com has a defense of this film. So how is it that you can have the top post on Reddit? Let me see if I have this. Here we go. I tweeted this. The top post on Reddit's video subreddit with 23 million subscribers is slamming Netflix over Cuties, but the media keeps trying to claim it's a right-wing thing. WTF? And here it is. 31,300 upvotes on r/videos posted 10 hours ago. 8,256 comments. Look at all of these awards. 238 more than the ones they've already displayed. Why? Regular people watched the video from this man. So I'm not super familiar with his channel, but he seems to do like pop culture commentary. And he's like, yo, this is worse than everyone was saying. You see, this is why I say it's the biggest red pill ever. Is this guy now going to stop and think, wait a minute, if they're claiming this is a right-wing thing, but regular people are mad about this film, what else has the media lied about? The media's whole MO right now is basically, if a conservative says it, it must be wrong. And so there's this endless defense of this film. So here's the story. The Daily Mail, I don't even want to show you some of the images, but I left the ones in that I could. Members of Congress from across the political spectrum are demanding action be taken, including a possible investigation by the Department of Justice into the Netflix streaming platform after the release of a controversial new film, Cuties. The film depicts young girls in a dance group all dressed in risque outfits and performing sexually suggestive choreography. You're cutting out the lead. It actually, there's a scene where the little girl pulls her pants down and takes a picture and posts it to the internet. Okay, listen, man. The criticism from the media is the film is actually critical of all of these things. Duh. Critical of all these things. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to make a film about, no, I'm not even going to play this game. Imagine somebody wanted to make a film where they talked about how drugs were bad. So they got a bunch of 11-year-olds to do a bunch of drugs on camera and then published it and was like, but we're criticizing drug use. So what if these little kids are doing crack? That's the point. They made a film. They had the girls do it. What are they trying to suggest? Do you think that they're going to watch this film and they're going to say things like, I understand the political complexities of what Netflix is trying to get across? No, it's TVMA. The rating for this film is TVMA. Your kids can't even watch it. That's how messed up this is. So they're trying to shock adults by making them watch 3 minutes of long, drawn-out, sexualized dancing in skimpy outfits? No, I'm sorry, man. You can get that point across without constantly having these long, drawn-out scenes. I wonder if the intent of this was literally to just be moral outrage. But look, I digress. I've seen the clips people have posted. I have not watched the whole film. And I don't want to. And I'm already upset enough that I've seen some of the things I've seen coming out of this film. But the real issue, of course, is the media will blindly defend anything. I think what we're seeing is a massive red pill for a few reasons, that being one of them, but also the depravity of Hollywood. This film won an award. I don't know, maybe more than one. And these people, there are people in media saying, I watched the film earlier and I didn't think it was that big of a deal and stuff like that. It's like, you kidding me? When I saw the first clip go up on Twitter, I was immediately like, whoa, mute. And then people kept posting it. And I was like, if you post this, I will unfollow you. I will mute you. I do not want to see this. Yet you've got people in the movie industry being like, it's great. We love it. The scene where she pulls her pants down, pulls out her phone. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Jim Banks. This is a father of 3 young daughters. I find Cuties sickening. Glad to join Senator Tom Cotton in calling on the DOJ to bring charges against Netflix for distribution of child porn. Wow. Yikes, man. Beatrice Cardenas says, as the mother of an 8-year-old girl, I strongly support cancel Netflix. Lila Rose says, you don't fight child exploitation by exploiting children. I can't show you some of the clips. I can't even play them. So you get the point about this film. Look, we had Tulsi Gabbard come out. She called it straight up porn. Man. She says wow. I can't even read these. I can't even read this. I can't even read some of the tweets people have brought up, and I am just sick and tired of this. The defense of this. Take a look at this. Google search Netflix Cuties. I didn't do a Google search for controversy. I didn't do a Google search for right wing. I did a straight Google search for Netflix Cuties. Fox News, number 1. Netflix should face DOJ action over Cuties, some members of Congress say. The Verge. Why cancel Netflix is trending. So far, pretty neutral. Vox. Cuties controversy. Netflix's French coming-of-age film meets the QAnon era. A movie critiquing the sexualization of young girls is accused of doing the thing it criticizes. Here's how the controversy started. The QAnon era? What? The top post on Reddit this morning was criticizing the film, telling you it was bad, laden with awards. This is what scares me about the mainstream media. If everything that the right says is just labeled as lies by these media personalities and pundits, how many regular people don't realize these right-wing individuals are actually telling the truth? How many of them would realize, wait a minute, I actually agree. This film's nasty. It's wrong. And you get people on Reddit, top post. Okay, this is significant. Reddit is a very, very lefty site. Nearly every post that comes up is Orange Man bad. And they're like, yo, this is messed up. There's even a meme, the political compass, where you have the libertarian left, the libertarian right, the authoritarian right, and the authoritarian left, all looking at the Cuties poster saying, Netflix, what is wrong with you? Take a look at this. Slate Magazine, Netflix Cuties controversy explained why conservatives are obsessed with the movie. IndieWire, Cuties director speaks out amid backlash film sexualizes children. Netflix stands by this. I want to make sure I stress. Netflix said, we're sorry about the poster. But then in the film, when they have a 3-minute scene, which is just a moving version of the poster, well, we defend that. It's just the marketing of the film shouldn't have done this. Why? Was their intent to publish a film that you didn't realize was exploitation of children? So you'd watch it and then what? Are they trying to normalize this? I think it's absolutely ludicrous. They would suggest that, but it's criticizing the thing. No, it's not. Sure, you can call it a criticism, but it's just it's such a fake argument. So we have some other regular stuff. Washington Post. The people freaking out about Cuties should try it. They might find a lot to like. Excuse me? You know what? I realized something. And there's another reason why this is a big red pill. Big red pill. You know, people base their, people project, okay? This is a normal thing in human behavior. If you feel some way, like if a person is very greedy and they feel that that they're only motivated by getting more money, you'll hear them say things like, these people just want money. Because the thing is, their worldview, the way they see the world, is how they think other people see the world too. They don't really understand that different people have different perspectives. It's similar with like white fragility. You have this woman, Robin DiAngelo, say all white people are racist. Why? Well, because she's racist. So she assumes all white people must feel the exact same way she does. You get the point? People have a perspective. They say if you know, so I think it's really funny when you see the left calling out grifters. If they view everything through the lens of a grifter, they would accuse other people of being motivated by the same thing. My motivations are my opinions and the things that get me riled up and I can just rant about. I don't like craft a message and a script or anything like that. I just rant. But these leftists, they're grifting. They'll smack talk on Twitter and then post their PayPal and they'll make money. And when they look at other people on the right, they'll say, see, they're grifting because it's the only thing they understand. Why else would they do it? It's the only way they understand to do it. That being said, and I've given you several examples, think about what they're saying when the Washington Post says, you might find a lot to like. You think I would like that? Is it because you liked it? Yeah, I think that's the issue. Hollywood is sick. We've heard about these stories about what goes on in Hollywood. I mean, and even outside of this, come on, Weinstein, we know the depravity in Hollywood. And I'm not talking about QAnon conspiracy theories or anything stupid like that. Like they're trying to, look at this defense, like the QAnon era. Is it a joke? Is now opposing exploitation of children a right-wing thing? Okay, well then I'll tell you what, everybody's right-wing. Who are all these people on Netflix that are upvoting Netflix Cuties has gone too far? Who are those people? Are they all right wing? Certainly there should be some left wing people to oppose this. Netflix under fire for French streaming. Washington Post columnist defends Cuties from uproar after knocking Joker as provocative. You see how this works? Remember when Joker came out? And they said, it's white nationalism. It's an incel film. It's going to inspire all of these things. And it wasn't. And it wasn't even really that extreme. It was just a character-driven thriller, I guess. And it was really good. It was great. But I'll tell you what, didn't have kids in it. I already don't like the fact that Netflix runs Big Mouth. That's a creepy show already. You probably know about this because I talked about it in the last segment I did on Cuties. But Big Mouth is a show about kids going, like little kids doing sexual things. I'm like, it's a bunch of adults acting out the show. It's probably why there hasn't been that much outrage. But this, over the top. Look at this. As Cuties backlash persists, Netflix defends the film. Here's a bunch of stories. This is from our friends over at the Donald.win. They posted this. The people freaking out about Cuties should try it. They might like it. The creepy conservative obsession with Cuties. QAnon latches on to cancel Netflix hashtag. The angry Christian right should watch Netflix's Cuties. The controversy over Netflix's Cuties is totally ridiculous. Cuties, the extraordinary Netflix debut that became the target of a right-wing campaign. The Netflix movie Cuties has become the latest target of Save the Children conspiracy theorists from BuzzFeed News. How Cuties, a French movie on Netflix, became part of America's culture war. A movie critiquing sexualization of young girls is accused of doing the thing it criticizes. Here's how the controversy started and why it matters. And they're going to talk about it. What is Cuties actually about? Blah, blah, blah. They're going to say, how did Cuties become target of this outrage? Alyssa says, I totally agree. Cuties basically makes the case that both the traditional rules of Amy's family and the freedom afforded by the internet to children who are too young to quite comprehend what they're doing are different ways of controlling girls' bodies. There's good in both the beauty of chosen devotion, blah, blah, blah. So all that said, how did this movie of all movies, one that seems bent on getting across a message that its detractors would agree with, end up being such a target for outrage? Part of it certainly did have to do with the first poster. BS. That's a full scene in the movie. He says, my understanding is that the film generated zero controversy, though, through its French production and Sundance debut. But then Netflix, a high-powered U.S. company, picked up the film and unfortunately marketed it using one of the most provocative shots as its first movie poster. This provocative movie poster that you're seeing, that I don't even want to show, that's a full scene in the film. They're wearing those outfits. They're twerking. They touch themselves. I am not making this up. I can't believe they would defend this because they were trying to trick us into watching it. Is that the real complaint? The only reason people are mad is because Netflix accidentally revealed they had made a pedo film and they got caught trying to trick people into watching this trash. Here's what this Aja woman or individual says. I watched it with the controversy already in mind, so I'm sure that colored my reception of it significantly. But even so, I thought it was very well done, a very well done film and really enjoyable, which is not an easy feat to manage, given that it's also, as you said, intensely uncomfortable at specific moments. Oh, now they get it. These kids were auditioning for this. How many young girls were brought in and told to booty dance for the producers, to bob up and down on the ground and touch themselves? I don't even want to think about it. But this is the film industry. Now, I'll tell you what, man. IndieWire. Cuties director speaks out amid backlash. Film sexualizes children and Netflix defends it. I canceled my Netflix. I got rid of it immediately. And Big Mouth was bad enough. Here's Netflix. Cuties is a social commentary against the sexualization of young children, a Netflix spokesperson said to Variety. It's an award-winning film and a powerful story about the pressure young girls face on social media and from society more generally growing up. And we'd encourage anyone who cares about these important issues to watch the movie. I don't want to watch that. You can just tell me and I'll say, I get it. They could have done it animated. They could have not actually put little girls in the situations, but it's supposed to be uncomfortable. I said on Twitter, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Don't post these things. I don't even want to see the clips. And some people, in order to get their point across, have said you have to see these clips. But you know what? I reject that. You know why? That's literally the argument they're using to defend it. No, we're showing you these girls doing these things because it's disturbing and uncomfortable. Nah, I don't care. You literally got little girls to do this, and then you published this film. What do you think is going to happen? These little girls should not be doing this stuff. Ducour says it's clear from the backlash that people upset with the film have not streamed it, telling Zora, I realize that people who have started this controversy haven't yet seen the film. Netflix has apologized to the public and to myself. I'm hoping that these people will watch the movie now that it's out. I'm eager to see their reaction when they realize that we are both on the same side of this fight against young children's hypersexualization. That is a lie. When Tulsi Gabbard called it out, we got this blue check mark. Melissa Ryan saying Tulsi going QAnon is the least surprising thing to happen in 2020. You know what? Drop the red pills. Take a look at r/videos. And this is why I am comfortable and I am confident in my moral indignation. I am no fan of cancel culture, but I got my line, okay, man? I believe that people have a right to express themselves, people have a right to speak, but kids can't consent. Getting these little girls to do these things on film for a major release, international release, and they don't realize what this means for them growing up. Maybe they'll regret this. Now they have to, when they're older and they're in their 20s or whatever, and people have video of them touching themselves, dancing, and humping the ground, I get angry just thinking about it. Do you think they're going to be like, that was a great thing I did? Or are they going to be like, why did they have me do that? Unless, of course, the goal has always been from the left and the media to normalize this psychotic behavior. I got my line. And apparently 31,300 people do as well. And several hundred, it's crossed their line so far, they're willing to pay to award the post. I don't think the awards actually do anything, and it's a lot of money wasted, in my opinion. But when you get normies on YouTube and it hits Reddit, and Reddit is very left-leaning, you've made a serious tactical error. And now I think you can see why this is a major red pill. because the media is so desperate to say the right is always wrong that they've defended a film that regular people are disgusted by. Do you think you could show this poster was bad enough? You think when people see this and they get outraged, Netflix has to apologize, that showing the full scene would not also court controversy? I don't care what their plan was. I don't care if it was a publicity stunt. I care that Netflix literally did this, and I don't want to have to see these things. But I'm mostly mad about the media. That's the main point here. So I kind of buried the lead just because I'm really angry about this. But the exclusive is that there's a call for the DOJ to take action against Netflix. I saw this and I saw the media's reaction defending the film. It's a right wing thing. It's QAnon. They are so desperate. They are going to light themselves up. I'll tell you what, man. You want to find an issue to get some votes for Donald Trump and the Republicans? This is it. Show this to suburban housewives and say, please watch this clip and now see all of these lefties defending it and see how quickly these mothers go, good God. Why? Everybody agrees it's nasty and messed up. For some reason, they just refuse to let it go. They have to oppose the right no matter what. What's actually driving the backlash? It's just QAnon conspiracies, blah, blah, blah. Vox. Pathetic. I'm grossed out, man. This stuff makes me really angry. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 4 p.m. over at youtube.com/Timcast. It is a different channel, and I will see you all then.